Hey there, this is Dr. Graves from Geography. We've had some strange weather here today, or this last week, hitting 121 degrees in Woodland Hills. And normally, if we were on campus, then that would be an occasion for the class to stop and discuss what's going on, because this class does have a weather component. And so what I thought I would do is make this quick little Zoom or session here and explain what's going on. So I'm at the National Weather Service weather.gov forecast maps site, and if you click on this, it'll bring up the weather map, and the thing that we really want to take a look at is where are these high pressure systems over the last few days. And if we can jump back, Sunday wasn't so bad, but Saturday and Friday, particularly Saturday, was the day that we had these sort of enormous temperature, this massive high pressure system going off on and causing, in part, those really massive temperatures. And so let's jump over here to PowerPoint here and take a quick look at, we're going to try to draw up something. What we want to focus on is the location of the high pressure system. So normally what we have here in Southern California is a high pressure system, the Hawaiian high, that sits off the coast. I'm trying to write Hawaiian high here. Sits off the coast of California. Hawaii high. And around a high pressure system, air circulates always in this clockwise fashion, and so then air would go out this direction and this direction and this direction from the high. And so when that high is sitting off our coast, it's bringing a breeze, air, pushing it away from the high towards us over the cool water of the Pacific Ocean, and that helps keep our temperatures relatively cool throughout much of the year. And it's most noticeable in May and June, where we have that June gloom or the May gray, where we get what the weathercasters call an onshore flow, which is a way to say a westerly breeze. And so our air is coming out of the west, and when it blows over the cool water of the Pacific Ocean, it doesn't pick up a lot of moisture because there's not a lot of evaporation over cold water, and so we just get a nice cool breeze that helps keep our weather nice here in Southern California. But if we move on to a situation we had earlier in the summer, about a month ago, and this is September 8th or 9th right today, we had the high pressure was over southern Nevada, the border with Arizona and California. And once again, we had, this clockwise circulation. Rather than the air coming off the Pacific Ocean, it was coming up from Baja and specifically out of the Gulf of California. So while the water is cold here, that water in the Gulf of California is very warm. It's much like the water in the Gulf of Mexico, which can approach, 90 degrees. And so if they had a high over here and the air was circulating around that high, then you would get thunderstorms and humidity here. And so that's what we had about a month ago was this really bizarre, not only it was close to 100 degrees, but the humidity was really high because the air was passing over a body of warm water before it came to Southern California. What we had this weekend, on the other hand, was a high that had moved a little further north and a little further away from us. And once again, that air comes around from the in a clockwise fashion, but rather than it blowing over the Gulf of California, it was just blowing over the desert, which is dry, and then proceeding on towards us. These are oftentimes the situation that leads to a Santa Ana event, but in last weekend it was just extremely high temperatures. Again, 121 in Woodland Hills at Pierce College, which is completely unusual. Now, the last thing that happened, which was sort of odd yesterday, which was Monday, Labor Day, September 7th, 2020, was that there was something completely different going on here. And boy, that color didn't work, did it? Let's make it gray, because there were a lot of wildfires going on. And so what happened was that the smoke was being pushed west over us, which blocked the sun to some degree. This term albedo is something that you will encounter. And a lot of the sun's energy that would have normally heated that air even more, by heating the ground first, was blocked out. So our temperatures only got up to about 100 degrees yesterday, on Labor Day 2020 in the San Fernando Valley, which after 121 felt relatively cool. So take notes over this, because I'll ask you a question or two on the midterm about this exact situation, exactly what happened over last weekend and what the normal situation is. If you got questions, just don't hesitate to, pop into office hours, which I'm having right now. Nobody's here, or send me a note via, through the Canvas messenger system. All right, thanks. That's it.